Bandera gets their first district champion since 2009. Hello, everybody. Terry Bennett here on the Coconut Cowboys Bandera Football Show, right here on S2S Sports, part of L4 Media. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, I'm recording this Thursday morning. I've been on about 2 hours sleep as the Texas Rangers got their first World Series championship last night. And being a kid that grew up, actually, I grew up a fan of both the Astros and the Rangers, but ended up leaning more towards the Rangers as I got older. Let's just say I did not sleep much last night, and I'm happy to say that. But anyway, if you're a Bandera fan, you got to be happy as well. First district championship since 2009, a chance to end the season with a undefeated district championship run. I mean, you're literally talking about maybe 3 plays in the Hondo game, and Bandera sitting undefeated this year. As always, we're going to be talking to the head coach of the Bandera Bulldogs, Coach Joe Fontenot-Amity. We're going to talk about the win against YMLA, talk about the last game against Carrizo Springs. What does Bandera try to do in this last game? Well, first off, you want to stay healthy, but what other goals are they looking to accomplish before they start what we hope is a long playoff run? And we're going to do all that when we come back right here on the Coconut Cowboys Bandera Football Show on S2S, part of L4 Media. Is your demanding work lifestyle in need of fire-resistant clothing that can keep up? Well, L4FR clothing should be your go-to for quality, affordability, safety, and style. L4FR was founded by a third-generation oil field worker who is also a veteran. Thus, this company has a deep appreciation for reliability and longevity, all while we provide first-rate customer service. Our durable apparel will serve you well for many years to come, whether you're working on a pipeline, a lineman climbing utility poles, or in any other environment requiring fire-resistant apparel. L4FR has you covered. Our apparel is tough enough to resist hazardous conditions while still providing high comfort and style. L4FR provides clothing options to ensure your safety and comfort, whether you're on the job or not. To view our complete inventory of flame-resistant garments, please visit our online store at l4frclothing.com or give us a call at 817-757-4935. Si habla español. Terry Bennett back here on the Coconut Cowboys Bandera Football Show. We're now joined by the head coach of the Bulldogs, Coach Joe Fontenot-Amity. And first off, Coach, congratulations. The Bulldogs' first district title since 2009. This year's team has been doing a lot of first, but what are your thoughts on it?
Oh, man, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable to think it was 2020 during COVID. We were 0-9, and these dudes were freshmen, these seniors, and for the buy-in to turn from 0-9 to sitting here 8-1 with the chance to go 9-1 and as district champs heading to the playoffs, man, it's been an unbelievable journey and a lot of support from parents and our community and superintendent and the kids have just worked their tails off, and it's great to see it kind of come to fruition for them. Very special group of kids.
Well, let's talk about that. You bring up that 2020 COVID year. It was a weird year. Y'all were 0-9, but going through that 0-9, did you feel that this class could still be special?
It was a weird, as you said, it was just a weird year. I think we got to the off season, and then we were able to. These freshmen became sophomores. A lot of them played JV football, and we actually had a JV football team. We got to see them kind of go battle it out that year on the JV, and then when they transitioned to varsity, and we had a little bit of success the next year. I thought they could be pretty good, but you never know until they put the time in, and that was the biggest telltale. Will they work? And they set the standard for all of our groups to come and, hey, here's how you got to work to win and be successful, and they did it. And, we kind of thought heading into this off season that it could be a special group. But, man, 2020, we were just trying to find something to hold on to and give them the work.
What is it about this team that has made them 8-1 and district champs? What is, in your opinion, the biggest positive this team does?
The thing that comes to mind over and over with this group, and it's with the good teams I've been a part of, the great teams I've been a part of, is they finish out. They figure out how to finish football games, and it's they just believe in each other so much, man. And you can't give that to a group of kids because they care about each other and they're great teammates. And regardless of if we're running the ball 30 times in a row, the receiver's still blocking, and they're ready to make a play when it's their turn. And defensively, the outside linebackers are sacrificing themselves, or the inside linebackers to make plays, and linemen are doing their job, knowing that they're never going to get in the glory. And the guys just don't care about anything but winning. And it's not always that way, and it hasn't been that way. And that, along with the way they work, is I think what's kind of separates this group.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that I've been most impressed with is how y'all have been able to answer back in the second half, especially in the district rounds, a couple games where y'all were either trailing or y'all just struggled in the first half. But the way y'all have closed games out, to me, and that's a big thing going into the playoffs.
Absolutely. To feel like you got a chance, no matter what the score is, within reach, heading to the fourth quarter, it's like you got a chance, and, hey, we've been here. And there's no panic in our kids. We've been here. We know what it takes, and we've done it. When you start off a year with playing about half sophomores, half seniors, and they haven't been through anything, and now you've been through that, and they're battle tested, and it is pretty special.
You have one more regular season game against Carrizo Springs. The Wildcats, they're 2-7, but they've been in some of their games. What's your thoughts when you look at the film?
You know, they're only a couple touchdowns away from being in the playoffs, and maybe even being a 2 seed or a 3 seed, or really more of a 3 seed. Played some really good football, and man, they've got number one, their quarterback / safety. He's been causing havoc since he was a freshman on their district championship team, and he's a real good football player. And they've got some really good skill pieces that they make plays, and defensively they run about every variation of any type of front, and offensively the same thing. They run just about every type of offense and formation. Our DC still in there drawing up formations on Wednesday because they run everything, and but they do a good job, and they're right there at being a playoff team, and just the ball didn't bounce their way with some really fluky things. So they're going to be a good challenge for us this week.
Now, I have to ask you, and I were talking about a little bit of this off the air, but you've already got your district championship clinched no matter what happens this week. You've got a playoff game next week. How do you balance wanting to win your last game, but also not wanting to have injuries or just to grind your guys down right before the playoffs begin?
Well, we talked to our seniors in particular at the beginning of this week about their legacy. And, we've got a chance to do some special things, district championship being one of them. There's only been about, in the history of Bandera football, it's about 87 years or so. My math may be off there for the purists listening. There's been either 7 or 8 years in the history of Bandera where they've won more than 9 games. There's been 7 or 8 years in the history of Bandera where they've won a playoff game. So not, hey, 7 or 8 wins, but if you kind of check out the history. So these guys are really excited about taking the next step and really cementing their place and being the first team to win 9 games since 2002 state championship team. And so that's where their focus is this week, and getting to really leave their mark. And then we'll worry about the playoffs, which is obviously very important. We'll worry about the playoffs when that time comes, but we're going to finish this thing off the right way and leave their stamp on Bandera history.
Here at L4 Media, we talk high school football, 4A, 3A, and 2A in Texas. We talk East Texas sports. We talk NFL, guy talk, movie and booze. We also talk wrestling and so much more. And you can see it all on our YouTube channel at L4 Media Company. Like and subscribe. Terry Bennett back here on the Coconut Cowboys Bandera Football Show. Thanks to Coach Joe Fontenot-Amity for joining us, as he always does. Now, he did want to clarify what he was saying. He had misspoke. This will be the 9th time in school history to win 9 games or more if Bandera wins Friday. And if they win a playoff game, it would be only the 8th time Bandera has advanced past the first round since 1936. That's absolutely crazy, especially when you think about the fact that they had the state championship run in 2002 and everything. So it's just been a great year, and you're talking about a year that has the chance to keep going, and I think go for a few weeks. Then you hit week 3 of the playoffs, that's when you're going to start turning into the Wimberleys of the world, and it's going to be tough, but it's not something that can't be done. Now, the way this will work during the playoffs is we'll go as long as Bandera is playing. If they do get eliminated or they make it to the state championship game, we will have a recap show the week after the state championship games. No matter what round Bandera gets eliminated in, we will not do a show until after the rest of the season's over. It's just easier for me because we're doing so much during the playoffs. And also, it gives the coaches a chance to decompress, kind of think back on their season for a few weeks if they get eliminated early. And again, we hope Bandera's not having to worry about that. But I just wanted to let you know that's how it's going to work. But next week, we'll be talking the first round of the playoffs. Who will they play? Where will it be? We'll find out next week right here on the Coconut Cowboy Bandera Football Show on S2S Sports, part of L4 Media.